I feel like if you're on a panel, you shouldn't be scared to take that test, and you shouldn't be like afraid of whether you're gonna pass it or not. Because I take it every year, so.
And that to me is light. It's to me like whatever we give, whatever survey give y'all with the questionnaire, every time to me is super light. It's supposed to be the easiest thing ever. You could half pay attention and pass that test.
Yeah, like there's one. I'm not gonna front. There was one time where like I think it was like a bar or something like that was put in there, and like I remembered it off of just like how the rhyme was structured, not even how the thing was.
Yeah. But I think at this point we can get into night of main events. So if y'all in the space and y'all ain't donate yet, please donate to Woman of the Year. Go ahead and donate to Woman of the Year, WOTY. Shout out to I see everybody, pretty much chiming in, and the ladies doing a campaign. I will say this though. That's what I will say. This is I think factual as well. Before we got the big donor, who basically contributed $5,980 something. I think maybe $6,000. The women are beating out the men now. Like they've raised more money than the men. So they've raised more money than the men. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a good feat. All right, with that being said, we can get into the night of main events. That's going down, I believe, the 22nd. URLTV.tv. What's your thoughts, man? Talk to me. Any battle, the overall, how you feel about the card, anything.
How do we feel about the pay-per-view?
On the paper.
How do we feel about the pay-per-view that everybody was complaining and saying it wasn't going to be one?
I think it's a 9 on paper.
I mean, see, that's the thing. I think we gotta it has to be sources in battle rap, right? If there's a source in battle rap, it has to be legitimate. When Woj said, "Yo, this is about to happen," we believe him. Woj he's hitting like 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 half the time, right? So, if that makes sense, and we believe him, he's credible. He's been in the game for this amount. Anybody can't just say this was gonna happen. I can create a new.
Well, I will say this to what you're saying. Smack did say it wouldn't be none.
Fuzzy Hat, create an account called Fuzzy Hat, and like, yo, this event's not going down no more. And now they're just like, oh my God, Fuzzy Hat says it's not going down no more. And they're like, what the fuck y'all talking about? I feel like a person can be wrong a million times, and then y'all listen to the person again. The nigga was wrong a million times. Y'all got it, man. I understand Smack said what he said, but he didn't say specifically it's going to be no pay-per-view for this event. He didn't say that. What he said was a minute ago. What he said was last year. Things change. And this is a pay-per-view event, so there you have it. I don't see where they announced that, though. Where they announced that? I didn't watch all the trailers.
I seen LTBR posted, and I might not know these guys from LTBR pretty well, but they seem like credible people to trust.
Yeah, I think they're credible. I think they knew as well as I did. Because you know how I knew? Because I'm doing a commentary. That's how I knew. Just contacted a minute ago. Just saying. So I'm supposed to be there on Sunday. We'll see what happens, but yeah. But how you feeling about the event, man? Let's get to that.
I think it's a 9 overall.
You said what?
I think it's a 9, like a 9 out of 10. I'm giving it a 9.
Well, talk to me why.
I needed a female-on-female battle, man.
So you think if Hustle was to battle C3, it'd be perfect for you?
I think if Hustle would have battled somebody else, it would have been perfect for me. But no, not that battle.
I still like C3 and Hustle for me personally, I'm just saying. But that's just me.
Oh, okay.
He was talking shit that's supposed to happen a minute ago, so just saying.
Yeah, I was all for the C3 and Hustle battle, 100%. But even still, I think from like a competitive aspect, I think the fact that T-Top is an entertainer and Miss Hustle is one of the best performers in battle rap, that the battle still has potential to be good. So I honestly don't think there's a a real bad battle on the card. I think every battle I'm okay. Let me get to this. How do you guys feel about the whole notion that like this is like a watered down night of main events? Because I don't really agree with that sentiment.
It's to me
What does that
personally.
even mean, though? I don't even know what that means.
Go ahead.
So pretty much, they're pretty much saying that like this is like none like okay. For example, the whole I guess there was like I guess there was like somewhat of a discrepancy with like just what was considered to be like a main battle on the card. Like for example, they were saying that like John and Fonz is not a gnome worthy battle, and I strongly disagree with that. Like strongly disagree.
It's just semantics. People just saying shit.
Man, cocaine is the hell of a drug, man. Like, no matter
I don't see how you
battle rap, people are gonna find something to complain about.
Yeah. I don't see how you.
So NOME 9, hold on, NOME 9. When John battled Jack Boy, that wasn't. To me, it's the same thing. And if anything, Fonz is doing essentially a little bit more.
You said that's the same thing.
Kinda is.
I mean, in terms of it being like different, I guess eras, yeah. But like, I would venture to say that it's a lot more heightened, considered that like Fonz has been on like, well, for the last couple of years has been like a high caliber MC in battle rap.
Yeah,
like, I mean, how many Cody appearances does he have to make, and how many gnomes does he have to make to kind of like
this,
you know?
This is fifth gnome. Jack Boy ain't have a gnome before then.
Oh, so wait. So you're making my point then. You're making my point even better.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
What you mean I'm making your point even better?
No, I'm saying. So if we were cool with Jack Boy versus John, we should be fine with John versus Fonz.
I thought you were saying like it's the same thing. Like, but I get what you.
I'll take. I get what you're saying. I'll take two. I guess. Yeah, I'm fine with that. You just help my point.
And honestly, they're both grudges, right? And I think the difference is like this is more of a competitive grudge, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I appreciate about it. And on top of that, I feel like these are two of the most competitive battlers in battle rap. Like John is extremely competitive, and when you talk about the new, in my opinion, the new top tiers. I know it takes time for like people to like crown people and all that. I think Fonz has been top tier for the like past 2 years, honestly, truthfully. But in terms of like the newer guys that's going to take the guard, I feel like Fonz is one of them, and I feel like he's going to be a perennial performer against John. And I think John is going to have a great performance too. So yeah, man, I wasn't expecting like the negative comments behind John and Fonz. I thought this was a battle that everybody wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But
they said they wanted battles with storyline and some type of hype, and I feel like
these niggas are dreaming on a star. I'm so sorry. These niggas are dreaming on a star, talking about, oh, I want this lesson. Like this, these are the matchups we got. Be okay with them, you know.
No, but I will say I think the reason NOME is getting some type of criticism or at least a little bit hate, a little bit backlash is it doesn't have that shiny main event. So I think one of the NOMEs was Loaded Lux versus Sue Surf, Loaded Lux versus Averb. Like I think like
yeah, and I think
it needed some deluxe.
I think,
but at the same time, really quick. But at the same time, though, right? Like I feel like. I just feel like I know times are different, but like I think I forget who made this point, but NOME 6, right? I think it actually was France. Shout out to France. He made this point. He was like, "Yo, like when NOME 6 came around, nobody was complaining about Briz, and even though we didn't know Chess and Av were going to be on there, but nobody was complaining about Briz and T-Top being on the card, specifically T-Top and Surf being the main event. So like." I don't like the shiny main event one. I do feel like the past couple of years, yes, like we've gotten Lux on a NOME, we've gotten other top names, but like even still, like I think I thought that Rocket Sick got the praise that it was supposed to get, But I'm still not understanding why Fonz and John was like the one where they're just like, oh no, we don't like that one. I'm like, what do you mean?
I don't
know.
understand it
But
either
I think Rock and Sick was it. I thought Rock and Sick was like, honestly, I think Rock and Sick is the main event. I know Geechee and Rex is like marketed as that one, but
Because you gotta think
but because you gotta have a main selling point, you know. So
they've been promoting Geechee and Rex for a minute. So like they came out at one of these events. So
yeah, they were promoting that since what, Homecoming too.
Yeah, they've been holding on to that for a minute. So that's definitely the main event to me.
But don't you feel like Rock and Sick's a bigger battle?
No, it's not a bigger battle.
You don't think that's the bigger battle?
I think we're not saying the better battle. I think the better battle is.
No, I'm saying bigger. I'm not saying better. I'm saying bigger. Like, you don't feel like there's more stakes to that battle?
No, I think there's more.
I think the highest stakes are with Chess and Eunice.
Hold on. I don't want to confuse them. There's more stakes to Rock and Sick. I agree. But in terms of bigger, in terms of a spectacle, in terms of what can happen on a stage, in terms of it being in New York, I think Rex and Geechee is a bigger battle. You got to think Geechee battled Murder Mook on that same stage. Serious Jones. And he's coming back to go against Rex. If there's 3 people that gets love in New York, I'm assuming one of them gotta be Rex. When it's time for real,
absolutely,
I think one of them is Rex. If not 3, top 5. That's supposed to get like the staples from New York. It's Rex. Especially now, it's Rex. So he might have to face those hard conditions, like he faced versus Murder Mook. We'll see. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that, Black.
Bigger battle.
I think the stakes are highest in the Chess versus Eunice battle more than any battle like this on the card.
You saying the stakes are the highest for Chess and Eunice, you think?
Yeah, I think more than anybody on the card. You know what I'm saying? To like have a stellar performance for real. You know what I'm saying? Like they have the most weight on their shoulders individually and collectively as a battle to, you know what I'm saying, perform at the highest level.
Bad Bunny just said that's the make it or break it battle.
I mean, that's the only battle that's make it or break it in a sense, right? Because again, if Eunice fails, he falls, like he said himself, he falls back to the back of the line. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when he battled Franchise and then he lost that one, you could see that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you gotta go back over here. I think if he beat Franchise, he would have got that placement. You fast forward to this year, he got the placement. Everything aligned perfectly for him. So it's like if you lose to Chess and he dominates you, it's like a bad. They're gonna push you back over there. Possibly, yeah, I agree. If Chess loses, if Chess messes up, it's not a good look. But it's the reality is.
I get what you. I do feel like the stakes are one-sided in that battle to a degree.
No,
so I can understand that.
I think Chess in New York on a big stage, being the person, you know what I'm saying, that Eunice is to the culture now, back when he was younger than Eunice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weight. You understand what I'm saying? In the conversation, in the dialogue that Chess can have with Eunice, you know what I'm saying, about being in the position that he's in, you know what I'm saying, and being more seasoned, truly more seasoned on the big stage.
I agree with everything you said. I agree with everything you said. So if Chess loses, right, or he messes up, what's next for Chess?
I think maybe the culture finally gives up on Chess if he messes up.
Bro, the culture don't.
Maybe.
I
feel like it really. I feel like for Chess. Go ahead, Black.
I'm saying like there's no cancellation. There's no time heals everything in battle rap, bro. You could do some of the worst shit, whatever it is. Give yourself 2-3 months and you good.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that. I mean, I heard Ani Boom was making a comeback. You know what I mean? So,
oh man,
I won't disagree with that at all.
I got a question for y'all.
Hold on, hey, how y'all doing? But I heard the words cancellation, give up, Chess, and last time do not belong in the same sentence together. We've been here since 2013 at the Gramercy Theater when he battled fucking. Like, come on, bro.
I'm not saying I am.
And my first event was 2015. We're not saying Chess is about to mess up or do bad. I think this is going to be probably one of the best Chess.